Okay, so the next drills that we're going to show you are drills for the takeoff. Remember, the takeoff is an extension of the approach in the plant action. The purpose of the takeoff is to make sure that we are pushing the pole to the vertical position in a safe manner, and we are also getting into that reverse C that we talked about earlier. The drills that we are about to show you, it's very important that you as the coach always make sure that the athlete keeps pressure on the top hand. What I mean by that is make sure that the athlete is moving the pole to vertical. Although it's very difficult for young beginners to learn this skill, you must focus on it now at an early stage so he or she could get used to doing that. Very simple. All the athlete needs to do is when they jump, move the hand forward. For the first drill that we're going to show you, it's called jump over the pole tip. Normally this is done in grass. You can do this on the track, but I caution you not to hold too high with the athlete. If the athlete holds too high and it's done on the track, injury can occur. So what we want to do here is how do you find the athlete's grip? It's very simple. Have the athlete hold the pole up and down. They're going to grip up as high as they can with one hand. They then will take the pole away. They will replace this hand with the bottom hand and now find their optimal grip. Okay? This is a good starting point on where the athlete should hold for this drill. So for this drill, what the athlete will do, they'll pick the pole up and carry it just like we've taught. They will start to jog. They will plant the pole directly in front of them and jump up over the pole tip. Okay? If you notice, if the video is slowed down, the athlete will actually stay behind the pole. They do this because they are keeping pressure that I talked about on the top hand. Okay, so again, some things to look at when the athlete does this. Make sure that he or she plants the pole directly in front of them, no further than about 2 feet in front of them, and they are jumping up over the pole tip with a good high hand movement, good knee drive, and they are keeping pressure on the top hand. Okay, so the next progression of drills that we're going to show you, we do in the sand. This is something that we do quite often here at Indiana State for all of our jumpers. We'll first do the exact same drill that we just did, jumping over the pole tip in the grass. Now we'll be doing in the sand. Exact same hand grip, exact same place on the pole. Good. If you noticed, Kylie had a nice high hand movement, good knee drive, and she kept pressure on the pole, moving the pole to vertical. If the athlete does not keep pressure on the hand, he or she will pass in front of the pole. If the athlete does not keep pressure on the top hand and does not move the pole to the vertical position, he or she will pass in front of the pole just like Byron did. That is not what we want. We want to make sure that the athlete keeps pressure on the top hand and moves the pole to vertical. So again, make sure that the athlete is jumping up over the pole tip, good knee drive, and is moving the hand forward and keeping pressure on the top hand. Okay, so the next progression in this will be, we are now adding a box. This is about a 4-inch, 5-inch box. What the athlete will now do is he or she will actually jump off of the box, do the exact same drill into the pit. The athlete will need to raise his or her grip up a tad when doing this drill. Again, we need to make sure that the athlete is jumping up high over the pole tip, keeping pressure on the top hand and moving the pole to vertical. Making sure that the athlete has a good drive knee, pushing the hands high are a must. Very important that you're teaching the athlete to keep the pole moving to vertical. If we notice how when they do this drill, their poles are moving through very nicely, and that's because they are keeping pressure on the top hand. Okay, so the third progression of the drill is now we're going to take the box, move it back. We want the athletes to actually step on the box with their jump foot. They're just going to step down with their right foot, step down again with their left foot, quickly jump up over the pole tip, moving the hands high and driving the knee. We need to make sure that the athlete is not jumping or pushing off the box, rather just a quick step on and a quick step off. This creates a good right-left last two steps that are quick and powerful. Still need to make sure that the athlete is jumping high over the pole tip, driving the hands upward, driving the knee upward.